back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the grand finals here of the Kung Fu Cup, week number 11. We just wrapped up with the semifinals. Solar took down Shin 2-0. We saw Clem have a back and forth with Hero Clem to take him down 2-1. And now we have our top two players, our two finalists here. A bit of a treat. A TvZ, Clem versus Solar. Let's go. Let's jump into our fresh best of 5. Let's go. Let us go. Game 1 is going to be in Ruby Rock as we do jump on in. Now, Solar, he has been very, he's been embracing a very certain style of ZVT as of late, very Shin-esque, very Shin-coded. We'll get into it. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the pink Terran player. We have the pink Terran player himself. We have the French Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player himself, it is Solar. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into a fresh best of 5. Coming into this, as we were trying to allude to, Solar, he's been very... I almost want to say that the meta has shifted in a certain direction, but I don't know if I can really say that with confidence, because the reality is that Raynor and Cyril has still been playing differently. Specifically, the Korean Zerg players have been kind of following Shin's lead in regards to 2-base play. We see a lot of 2-base play from players like Shin, Rogue, and Solar, going into 2-base Roach, going into 2-base Lair, 2-base Muta. Not saying that they go for 2-base all-ins, but 2-base openers into delayed third bases has been the go-to for quite a number of months for the majority of 2026. That can lead into Muta play, or that can lead into Ultra play, as it's very common nowadays to see those Ultra rushes. We saw that, of course, be showcased and debuted initially last year at DreamHack Dallas by Shin, but that kind of style had a moment and a couple of months of popularity, of course, before eventually dying out. Now we have returned in a different variety, in a different fashion. There have been some tweaks, of course, some adjustments, as I mentioned, without more 2-base heavy play, and that has permeated throughout the entirety of the Korean meta. I say Korean meta because, as I mentioned, Raynor and Cyril still do divert from that a little bit more. They still have their own approach, a lot more Link Bane heavy at times and less so Roach play, but for the most part, like, the Korean Zergs have all kind of been in lockstep in regards to ZVT. So we'll see if Solar does go for Roach play, if he does go for 2-base play, if he does play Link Bane instead. I'm ready. I'm excited so far. Hatch Gas Pool claiming our third. Likewise, Clem going for his own Rax Expand as well. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Clem does move out across the map, and we'll see if Solar does claim his third, or if he does stay on 2, he will claim his third. Okay, standard build. Standard build, Hatch Gas Pool into a third expansion. This is a lot more Link Bane-esque, as Solar does pull out of gas and does embrace Link Speed. And the Reaper here will dance with the mineral line. The drone is kept safe, so Solar should be able to get his base up and running unimpeded. And there's that third. And welcome to Ruby Rock. Now, Ruby Rock is an interesting map specifically for this matchup. We speak about this all the time, how this map does favor aggression, and it does, right? Shorter rushes, spike round, accessible third bases. We have seen many a Terran push or Terran player kind of embrace that and break a defending Zerg. But because we've been seeing a lot more Roach heavy play, we've seen successful defenses at the third base and more counterattacks and more counterplay as well. Likewise, because of the nature of the map, we can embrace the mid game. The third and fourth bases can be very difficult to defend for the Terran player as well, and we have that back and forth. So we'll see. We'll see how our players do embrace the mid game and what we or how we approach this. But now Clem does go for his third CC on location, by the way. That's very greedy, actually. A greedy play here by Clem, cutting corners, going for his third. Third CC into his own 1-1-1. As Reaper does poke in. Can he get a drone? Oh, not quite. Gazi, though. Drone does survive. Wings are kept busy. Otherwise, they could be delaying the third as we speak. But Soul doesn't know, right? It's very uncommon for the third base to be on location, so Soul's not checking. No reason to. Oh my, the KDA charge. Very nice KDA charge. The Reaper does attempt to get away, should be hunted down, and barely does get away. Oh my god. Oh no! Yeah, the Reaper does fall eventually. Soul does lock it down. Behind this, Banshee plays on the way, and Clem does get away with his third CC. No delay. So greedy moves out of Clem, and gets away with it. Likewise, Solar still droning, saturating. We have the 3-1-1 setup behind this as well, so standard follow-up here by Clem. And if it were to be Roaches, and Banshees would be ideal here defensively to build up into a longer game. Meanwhile, Solo going Lair first. Ooh, that was a 4:30 Lair timing. So this is going to be a Lair before Evo Chambers and before the Bailey Nest as well. We're not rushing Lair, but Lair first. This will keep you somewhat safe. It does mean that we can go for the Bailey Nest into faster bailing speed. It also means earlier Overseers for Overseer Scouts as well to try to get vision across the map. As the Overlord is going to be zoned away, but does scout the starport and the research as well. Not bad. Does scout. Spore's already done. Banshee moves in. Despite the Spore's positioning, one drone does go down. And there's that Bane Nest. So it's going to be Ling Bane. From here, we can go into Ling Bane Hydra, or we can go into Mutaplay. Usually, if it's Mutas, though, it's a faster lair. Like, usually, we rush into Mutaplay. We don't casually kind of approach that kind of setup. Not usually. I'm still on the fence just because I don't see any Evo Chambers. As I say that, now they get thrown down. So looking more and more like Ling Bane Hydra. Ling's going to be zoned away. Banshee's a forcer very nice cancellation, actually, forcing cancel the 4th base, and this will slow Solo down quite significantly. This means that the setup here, the goal is for Clem to break the 4th, to break that 4th base. That should be the goal when it comes to his bio push. Nice move with the Hellions. He does get surrounded though. Ooh, once again does slip away. And minimizing service area, more Hellion shots going off. It's 6 drones going down for 4 Hellions. Not a bad trade. And the base is, oh, they come back. They force another cancel. Oh, God. Second cancellation. And we just spoke about this. The goal now, because the space is so late and the creep is going to be so delayed and the army is going to be slowed down and the economy as well, Clem's push should be targeting this expansion. And I'll be honest, at this point, I don't know if Soul can defend it. Not anymore. Not after 2 cancellations. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Meanwhile, it is Ling Bane Hydra, as we had assumed, based on the double Evo Chamber follow-up and the timing of the lair. So going into Hydra play. Clem, he scouts for a 5th base. There is none. Not yet. And here comes the bio army. As I mentioned, the goal should be to break the 4th. Thankfully, there is some creep here. Sola has been very diligent when it comes to spreading creep in this direction. To have some kind of presence. Clem's army is spotted. Bailing speed is done. And there's going to be a window in time here where Clem has 1-1 over the 0-0 of Solar. It's going to be 0-0. Let me dust him in. Nice him forward. Rotates back around. And Clem does rotate. Double jump on the right hand side. Again, this creep so far is doing its job. It's slowing down the Terran. 4th base is getting up. And can Solo hold on? Over time, he's building more Hydras, more Bailings, having a much more secure position. Clem, he wants a Queen, so he does get him. Oh, 1, 2. Do we get 3? 2 Queens and all the tumors. Nice pick ups here by Clem. Punching Solar. Yeah, Solar is punished. Meanwhile, creep going to be denied here on the top side. 5th base under fire. Solar should defend. But he's being spread thin. Clem trying to create an opening. Ooh, reinforcing on the top side. It does reinforce. Clem denying the active tumors. Catching out the tumors. There is Ling Bane on the top side. So far, Soul is keeping up. So far, so good. The bull is still in Clem's court. The Soul has the tools to defend. Oof. I say that, so Ling's to get punished, so another Queen goes down. The hatchery's getting very low. Yeah, very low expand. Oh my god, does force a pickup. No major mine shots. Solo still holding on at the same time. Clem does move in. Oh, does take a massive alien to the face. Yeah, takes a alien to the face, does not target it down. Solar is holding. He's holding back. Oof. Sniping the Spore. Rotating back in. Both armies are maxing out. Behind this, Hive is on the way. Solar taking up into Vipers, into Lurkers. He's almost there. I'm thinking more Viper tech more than anything. But it is getting there. Likewise, some decent mine shots. Oh my god. Yeah, some decent action, but tanks are going to be overwhelmed, and Solar holds. Solar, he's holding on here. He shuts down every single tank at the same time. A triple drop here on the top side. Sorry, double drop. Not enough Marines. Nice defense. Up. Solar almost gets a full medevac. Casito. But Solar's holding. Yeah, he's holding on, and so far this just has not been good enough here for Clem, and not good enough damage. Clem is losing map control, and back at home, his defense is going to be vulnerable. He doesn't really have much here to defend. Planetary on the top side, a limited Sim City, no depots, no center tower. Clem, we need more damage. So far, once again, decent mine connections. Yeah, the mines are decent. Nice target finding the Hydras there. Extend. Oh no, the Hydras. Yeah, they overextend, but we have more reinforcements coming in. Solar, he might just have enough. Yeah, getting into the mineral line. SCVs, they start going down. Bio army is zoned away. And Clem has been broken. Clem, he has been broken. That's going to be 14 dead SCVs. Again, so much supply just trapped you on the top side. They do nothing. Dead supply, papi. Oh my god. Yeah, bit of X download, but there's just not enough here. There's not enough here to really threaten. And with that Solar, he cleans up the drop. 17 SCV kills. Solar can now remax, and Solar, he is now gaining map control. Up until this moment, up until that fight in the center of the map, it was Clem who had map control, who was punishing Solar, who was applying pressure, who almost killed the 5th expansion. But Solar did hold on. He's held on, he's stabilized, and now it's Solar's turn to be able to return the favor. And it's looking bleak here for Clem. Oh. It's looking bleak. He has to be active, going for another push. Especially on Ruby Rock, you can't turtle up on this map. Like, there's a reason why there's no SimCity here. Like, you cannot turtle. It's so difficult to turtle up here on Ruby Rock. And he does have his liberation zones. The lurkers likewise have arrived. We have lurker upgrades on the way. Oh. Dragging the mine, forcing friendly fire even. Well, here come the Vipers. We get him abduct. He gets one. Oh, yeah, some messy trades, but does get one abduction. Oof. And likewise goes to the power bomb as well, catching up more widow mines, dragging shots, and you can see this everything just swing in favor here of Solar. The momentum has shifted. I mean, shifted quite some time ago. The aggression just was not good enough from Clem. Was not good enough. And again, there were a couple of key moments, right? There was Clem taking a bailing shot to the face. There was Clem failing to kill this expansion despite it getting quite low. Didn't break the 5th. Getting caught in between the bases. And with that Solar going for the kill. Oh, doesn't quite break through the bio army. Not quite. Gotta respect the Liberators. At the same time, does deny the expand. And Clem still stuck on 3 bases. He's stuck, Bappy. No. He's going to be stuck. I mean, Clem, he's holding on to what bases he does have, and he's slowly building up that Liberator count, but oh no. He barely holds on. Holds on to the Liberator. Oh, pushing into lurkers though. Not the best trade here from Clem, but he will overwhelm. Again, bearing in mind he doesn't have any ghosts. He can't afford them. Not like this. So no snipes. Just has to force his way through. Oh, thankfully no Zerglings down here. Solar does rotate. Solar rotating over, double expanding, taking these southern bases. There is a world where if Clem can successfully defend and turtle up on 4 bases, then he can try to stabilize, but we did emphasize just a couple of moments ago how difficult it is to do so on this map. It's just so open. So open. Oof. Mine shots going off. This time forcing friendly fire. Powerbomb on the Medivacs. The Medivacs stay stack. CC goes out. Massive pickup. Kills the CC. Oof. And Solo's pushing through. At the same time, Clem gaining ground on the top side instead. But Solo can afford to lose it. He just evacuates. Evacuates expansion. Gives up on the top side. And racing back home to defend. That is still a lot of Liberators. True. But Solo breaks the natural. Getting some of the production. Came to the starports. Catching up the fusion core as well. Solo is supply blocked and that is hurting him. Stuck at 188 for a while there. But again, he should still be fine. Liberators are good, but not that good. As the Spore even catches one of the Liberators as well. Powerbomb, cleans up all the libs. Cleans them up, happy. Kills the Planetary as well. Oh my god. And we've been coping for a while. It's been a while. It's been like 6 minutes. I mean, there was always a chance that Solar slips up and overextends. It's happened before. True. If Solar took a couple of bad fights into liberation zones, then maybe. Then maybe. But again, Clem has just been relying on Solar making mistakes. Heavily reliant. As things exit into the mineral line, main army once again being shut down. There's no more Liberators. As I mentioned before, no ghosts. No easy way to deal with all these lurkers. Oof. GG gets called. And Solar takes game number 1. GG. GG well played. Again, a very intense game here, a very, very high octane from Clem as he was trying to break the 5-base setup of Solar. As he mentioned, Clem had momentum, but he did fail to push up any of these ramps. The 4th base was secured. The 5th base got low, but did not go down. And with Clem failing to break any of these expansions, despite forcing 2 cancellations, by the way, like I thought for sure he would break the 4th, but he spent so much time in the center of the map. That's why I do have to give credit to Solar. I have to give credit when it comes to the creep spread. That where the creep did slow down Clem quite heavily. And because of that, Solar built up his Linkbane Hydra, built up his army. GG. GG all played. In the end, Solar, he defended his 5 bases, and then he just snowballed out of control. So now we're loading into game 2, going to be loading into the Old Republic. Let's go. This time a much larger map, a much more larger map here, and as a result, we should be able to more comfortably get into a longer game, if that's what we want. We'll see. As spawning at the top side, we have the French Terran player. We have the pink Terran down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player himself leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. So, let us go. A way to deal with all the lurkers. Can't we just let them lurk, Pappy? True, true. No. They have to come out. Es de ice now. Good to see you, Pappy. Good to see you. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. So calming down and getting to our own setup here on the Old Republic. Again, because of the larger map, does typically entail more economic builds. It means we can slow things down a little bit and build up into 4 bases. I will say that Zerg players are favored on this map when it comes to longer games, once again, just because of how open the map is, how exposed the 4th, the 5th, and the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th base are, and even the 6th base. So it can be very difficult to, similar to Ruby Rock actually, it can be very difficult as a Terran player to turtle up and fortify your bases. Getting into the late game is very difficult on this map, so we often see a lot of Terran players struggle and fail to defend on this map, including Clem. Like Clem, Maru, the best Terrans in the world, do struggle here on Old Republic in longer games, so we're expecting an earlier timing attack. We're expecting earlier aggression at the Clem to avoid that kind of game state. And we'll see if we can do so. I will say that the game on Ruby Rock doesn't bode well, because it was very similar, where Clem had to end the game early, and the moment he failed to do so, like, everything just kind of swung in favor of Solar. That's kind of a similar dynamic that we're expecting here as well. Here we go. And so far, link speed is on the way. We pull out of gas. With this, we're claiming a 3rd base as well. So far, hatch gas pull into what should be, once again, link main Hydra. Because this map is larger, this does access, or this does suddenly open up the potential for muta play. As Overlord was left idle, that's going to be a kill. Supply looking Solar. Yeah, that's just... I was going to say, that should not have happened. It looks like Solar thought that was a pillar. Solar. How long has this map been out? Meanwhile, a big shout to Sort of God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. I hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a good time. Whether it was on the PTR or not. Take care, Pappy. Take care. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, one and all, to the grand finals here of the Old Republic. Solar, he just got scammed. He just... It looks like he assumed that the Overlord would be safe here, but it got shut down early on. So a bit of a messy start from Solar. Yeah, strategical W. Let's go. True. The Basilisk memes. The science victory. I still don't fully understand that, but sure. For those who are unaware, the Basilisk branding is that, and often whenever there's like a win from Serral or Raynor or Trigger on socials, they call it a science win. Sure, why not? Interesting. Este sort of. Get some rest, Pappy. Get some rest. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta give a shout out. Slash out. Go. As from here, you see Clem poking, prodding. Behind this, we have our standard follow-up here going 3CC Banshee. Banshees have arrived, checking Solar's vision, of course, especially after losing that Overlord. Solar has not been able to confirm the follow-up exactly. Ideally, should be playing it safe. As Solar this time does go double Eva Chamber first. Now, last game we saw Lair first out of Solar at 430. This time, double Eva Chamber. Solar's going to be cutting some corners, faster upgrades, a much more link main heavy follow-up here into a later Lair. This also means that, of course, there's no access to Overseers. Not this early on. Spore being thrown down at the natural, and we have another Spore in the main in position for Liberators. Not quite in the mineral lines. Meanwhile, Cloak was not researched. My apologies. I could have sworn I saw it earlier, but just one Banshee. Just one Banshee. So minimal investment here by Clem, claiming his 3rd base and building up. Minimal investment. Banshee's revealed. And Solar should be fine. Should be fine. It's keeping up faster upgrades, later Lair. There's no punish for that. Backup Spore in the main. Once the Banshee was revealed, we do reposition the Spores. Ready for the Banshees. And Clem is going to be active, but we'll see if we can get anything done here. Now, I believe the armory should be done in time. The armory is about to finish up, which means we can morph in these Hellbats. Tank moves in as well. Clem pushing towards the 4th. And Solar, can he keep up? Remember, he has no Banelings, true. Yeah, no Banelings. If you recall, he did go double Lever Chamber, so delayed Baneling Nest. 4th base under fire. Queens are trying to hold on. So far, catching out one of the Hellbats. Down to 3. Down to 2. Yeah, 2 Hellbats left. Oof. Now, sorry firing here out of Solar. Collapsing on top of the tank, going for the Medivacs as well. And Solar, does he have enough? He does. Yeah, he does have enough. He breaks through all the tanks, takes down all the Hellbats as well, and Solar holds. He holds on, Bappy. This is a big investment from Clem as well. Clem, he lost 2 Medivacs, a tank, and the Hellbats. Ay, ay, ay. The heavy losses for Clem. Solar, he holds, he defends. We'll still lose the Overlord. But Clem, he has to wait for his Medivacs. He's overstimmed. He's softened up. He's coming. Medivacs are on the way, but this time they're going to be Banelings. There's going to be Bane defense. Solar, a little bit risky here. He does go for a counterattack. And he moves out across the map. The creep will buy time. And there's not much at home to defend. We got a Banshee. We got one Banshee against a wave of Zerglings. Marines, they do come in time, and they get surrounded. Oh, not quite. Yeah, nice positioning, nice reaction. Marines, they avoid the surround. Ooh, massive tank shot to the Banelings. Clem is moving in. That hatchery is getting very low. Yeah, it's getting low. Again, nice defense here by Clem. I will say there was a missed opportunity for Soul to surround the Marines, for sure. There was some messy control there, but at the same time, Soul was also defending, so there was a lot going on. Solar is rushing into Hive. I believe this time without a Hydra Den. Yeah, there's no Den, there's no Spire either, so we're just straight up Ling Bane, rush into Ultras. We do have access to potentially early Infestors, but there's no Infestors yet. So Solar is cutting some corners here, and he wants those Ultralisks. The question is Solar going to be punished for skipping on those Infestors? Without Fungal Growth, this 4th base is going to be that much more exposed. That much more vulnerable. It's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a tough hold here. At the same time, Solar does roll in. Ooh, does get a couple of mules, a couple of SCVs. Hatchery does go down. But that is going to be 8 workers falling. Not just 8 workers, we're not done. Yeah, Lings, they move in, catching out more SCVs. Clemmy rotates. Solar did have a backup 4th. Oh, that is brutal damage. 9 SCVs. Clem getting caught unsieged. We'll lose a couple of tanks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 tanks should go down. But there's not many. Oh no, there's plenty. There's plenty of Banelings. Queens overextend, losing out 1, 2, almost 3 queens. Yeah, this is some rough trades here from Solar. Losing his queens, and he might not have enough Ling Bane. There's just so many Marines, so much fire. Yeah, Marines, they stem in. Marines are overwhelming, and there's only a handful of Banelings left. Yeah, the spread is just too good. There's just not enough Banelings here for Solar, and the Marines, they overwhelm. They overwhelm the army. They break the main base. They break the 4th. Now they're pushing it towards the 5th, and GG gets called, and Clem will claim the game and tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Solar, he had a lot of potential with his counterattacks and run-bys, and I will say there were some missed opportunities to find some more damage. More importantly, though, once we saw Clem break that forward base, I mean, that was almost game then and there, right? Supplier-wise, larva-wise, saw that Solar was unable to keep up. As we try to emphasize, Solar was being greedy, though. He was intentionally cutting corners, choosing not to go Infestor, choosing to go Ling Bane, straight into Hive, straight into Ultras, and he did not get away with it. Didn't get away with a greed. GG. GG, well played. We have our back and forth. We have a series, and we're jumping to game number 3. Bearing in mind, this is a best of 5. Best of 5. We have a longer series, a couple of games ahead of us. Let's go as we load into White Rabbits. And again, Solar being cheeky, trying to get into those Ultras, punished for it in the end, and now we get into game 3. We'll see how Solar does adjust. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the Pink Terran player, the Pink Terran himself, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Tying up the series 1-1. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Red Zerg player, the Red Zerg player himself. being forced into a tied series. It is Solar. Oh, let's go. As we're moving up with not just one, with 2 SCVs. Proxy 2-Rax here at a Clem. Infamously, Solar has struggled in the past against 2 and Proxy 3-Rax as well. We've seen Solar die many a time to overextending Pool and the boys and losing far too many drones. Bearing in mind, though, that this is going to be only 2 SCVs and not 3, so not as big of a commitment. Here, we're designed to get some damage done and then macro behind it, typically. Well, hold on. Wait, my apologies. No shot, we're going Proxy Reaper. We have a gas on the way behind this. We are taking our gas geyser. Especially with the positioning here as well. You have my attention. You have my attention, Clem, as we are mining gas much earlier than expected when it comes to a regular 2-Rax. Okay, okay. Let him cook. Let him cook, Pappy. Let him cook. Show us the Reapers. As Reaper production has begun. 2-Rax Reaper is very rare, by the way. This is why I'm like bringing attention to this. Going 2-Rax Reaper is much more committed, much more dedicated, just because you have to take your gases, right? And this will delay your expansion. It will delay the follow-up. So much more dedicated here. And much more difficult to get damage done is what I will say. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on Clem. Going for a TvZ build. As we try to get the bunker up and running in between the bases, so we'll get spotted. So does react, and will not be able to deny this. It does save the drone. Spine crawler immediately going to be on the way. So taking this very seriously. Very seriously. Lings a zone, they buy time, collapsing on the SCV, and the bunker will not finish. Yeah, and without that bunker finishing, there's no... Yeah, there's no setup here between the bases. There's no backbone to this push. Reapers are trading well, but once the queen pops, I mean, what can the Reapers really do? Yeah, even cancels. Like, Solar, he recognizes he doesn't need the spine crawler. He's fine. Oh. Yeah, get a crazy build here by Clem. Going Proxy 2-Rax Reaper in a ZBT is wild. I mean, obviously, if the bunker gets up and running, it has potential, but it didn't. So Solar's going to be fine. Link speed is halfway done. As I mentioned before, the follow-up here is going to be delayed, going for the CC on low ground, going for a faster factory into Hellion production. But Solar's looking good. Solar fails us around. Queens are getting low. Uh-oh. Oh, does get a queen. Okay. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol by Solar, losing one of the queens. Clem is racing back home. Even going reactor behind this. A little bit greedy here by Clem, but does go reactor into Hellion. And Clem should be fine. He should be fine against a counterattack. He does not get caught out. He doesn't get surrounded. The Reapers are raced back home to defend. Solar hoping to delay the CC, but the CC, it's going to be close. Does it finish? Yeah, it doesn't finish in time. Again, it is going to be close. Lings try to collapse in. Oh, they go for the Reapers. They get they get in. They get in. They get into the main base. That should not have happened. But the CC does complete. Hellions are on the way. And does Solar get punished? Yeah, the Hellions have popped out. SCVs are going down. But Clem defends. Yeah, Clem, he will defend. He will clean this up completely here. Will lose 5 SCVs in the process, but does finish his command center. And we have a third CC on the way. We're getting rowdy. Okay. So Clem, he does have the setup here to recover economically. Meanwhile, Solar is going for a faster lair on 2 bases. Much faster lair. Roach Warren also gets thrown down. I was theorizing that we could even go into muta play, but with this Roach Warren, it looks like a Roach all in. It looks like fast lair in a fast Roach speed. Lings epic forward. Lings epic in. There's one less queen to defend than we should have. But there is a transfuse. Yeah, we have transfuse in the end. Solar he is holding for now. Popping out a 4th queen. Are we tempted to go into Pneumatized Carapace? I feel like if we were, we'd already see it by now. to go to Drop Lords plus Roaches to send these queens across the map. Now the Solar here is just holding the line. Oh, almost losing another queen. And these queens are getting very low. The Metavic putting in a lot of work here. And do we just overwhelm? Solar, he's going for the counter attack. He has no lings. Yeah, he has no defensive lings, and the queens are going down. We're out of transfuse energy. The Roaches, they pop out just in time. This is so clutch. Oh my god. Yeah, Roaches, they pop out to defend. Lings, they punish the fact that there's very little to defend back at home here for Clem. Delaying mining, diving on the Hellion, and they will get a kill. Hellion goes down, gets one SCV. Second worker falls. And yep, there it is, Pneumatized Carapace. So when I saw the heavy queen count with Roaches on the way, it felt like the ideal to go into a German taxi. To go into a German taxi, to go for a 2-base all-in. I will say that Pneumatized Carapace could have been started a little bit earlier, but that would have disrupted queen production as well. So, and then that was necessary, right? If we had like 1 or 2 less queens, then that could have been game. That could have been Clem just breaking the position here and now. So it was a tough call to make. Here come the Drop Lords, here comes the all-in. And it's going to be a tough hold here for Clem. Why? Third TC. Remember, he rushed into the third TC. Back at home, there's going to be 1 tank to defend. And here comes Solar. He's coming. Typically, the Banshee would be ideal in this position, but that's what the queens are for. That's why we have the Drop Lord to fight back against the Banshee. There's going to be 2 Banshees to defend. Banshees are revealed. Queens are coming. Queens are coming in. Banshees, do we get some free damage here? Do we have a detection? We do. Yeah, here comes that detection. Clem trying to buy some time. That's still a lot of damage being done on the Roaches. They're getting so low. Oh my god. Massive tank shots. Yeah, massive connections here. And these Roaches were premature. They were premature. The queens, they needed to be a little bit further forward. Nice snipe here on the Metamac. Oh my god. Barely does snipe. But that was how many? That was 5 Roaches going down and a Ravager before the queens arrive. So Solo getting a little bit too excited. And he's droning. He's droning up back at home. The all-in has failed. Yeah, the all-in has failed. Clem, he has a comparable economy. His third CC is ready to go. And Solo does recognize he has to back off. He has to back off. He has to retreat. Spreading creep as best he can, spreading creep from behind or from like backwards from across the map. And we have a game. it was a rocky road to get there, but we have a game. Both players are macroing. A Raven pops out to deny all this creep. We built up to 3 Banshees. The queens, they're racing back home. Yeah, the queens are still not back home to defend. So nice punish. Yeah, nice punish here as 1 queen does go down. Late transfuse. Keeping Solo busy. Clem, he breaks out, and Clem can now expand. And I would even say that Clem has a better economy at the moment. He has a better economy. Claiming his third. He has triple mules, triple SV production. Solo, he needs a 4th base. His 4th base is late 4th expansion. And the supply is lying. The soup does lie, Pappy, does lie. Here, Solo technically up, what, 20 supply? But, I mean, Roaches are inflated. So inflated army supply and down in economy. So Clem can and will catch up. Now, there's still going to be a window here in time where Solar may just commit on Lair Tech and just go for a Lair Tech all-in. 1-1 upgrades are almost done. So we can get these upgrades up and running and then commit across the map. And just double down, not join up the 4th base and just use this for Larva. So there's a window here for a second all-in. And you can see Solar setting up for it. Yeah, he's setting up, spreading creep. He's spreading creep. Plus on range is almost done. We have more Roach Ravager amassing. We can see Solar, he does cut works at 59. Doesn't even fully saturate on 3 bases. And here comes the second all-in. Let's go. Again, Again, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Clem. So it's all or nothing for Solar. Back at home, we have 4 tanks, no bunkers, limited SimCity. The tanks are somewhat exposed. Shows the Biles. Oh, massive armor shed. Yeah, massive shed of the armor. 1 tank goes down to 3. 3 tanks left, down to 2. Oh my god, down to 2 tanks. Boys are being pulled. Desperation here by Clem. And down to 1. Down to 1 tank. The piles are connecting. Again, the tanks were exposed. And with that, Solar's done it. Solar, he has done it. He has broken through. The second all-in works. GG gets called. And Solar, he will take a lead in the series 2-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We almost stabilized into a macro game, but again, Solar, he did cut workers at 60, was it 60, 62 or 64? At sub 66, sub 3 base saturation, cut workers early on, built up into a second wave, a second all in, and again, Clem's tanks were out in the open. They were not behind any kind of bunkers or SimCity. They weren't on any high ground either. They were on the low ground even, so they were very accessible, very exposed and vulnerable to the Biles, to those Ravager Biles that went down one after the other. GG. GG, well played. Clem caught with his pants down, and with that, Solar is now 1 game away from claiming the series. Clem has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. Let's go. But bearing in mind, this came off of the back of Proxy 2x Reaper, which is insane. Like that is a very rare build in TvZ. That was wild. But let's go. Let's go. This morning in the top left-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the pink Terran player, the pink Terran himself. We have the French Terran representing Team Liquid down in the series. Can he bounce back and force the ace match? It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zurich player, the red Zurich player himself, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from becoming our champion. It is Solar. Let's go. Let us go as we are calming things down, settling into game number 4 of our best of 5 series. Welcome to Winter Madness. Winter Madness is a larger map of the map pool, longer rush distance by grounds. We often do see longer and later games here, and I will say that Terran players are typically a little bit more comfortable on this map, embracing a longer game state and turtling up into the late game. We'll see if Clem takes us in that direction. So far, the series has been very aggressive though. It's been very aggressive, very high octane. Some of the games have been lasting a little bit longer, but it's all been off of the back of aggression. Up until this moment though, the maps have been favoring more aggressive styles. This is where we can start to embrace something a little bit more macro oriented. And we'll see if Clem embraces that. Solar as well. Is this where we calm things down? We go. From here we are just building up. Again, standard openers this time. Last game we had the Proxy 2x Reaper. This time everything's back at home. It's all back at home here. Just racks expand, standard opener. Likewise, we'll keep an eye on Solar. Just because this map does typically favor longer and later games, we can see Solar cut corners. He may choose to cut some corners here and try to go for faster upgrades or faster tech. There are options. That is going to be more viable. 6 Lings? Oh, okay. Solar making an extra pair of Lings early on. Interesting. Ling speed is on the way. Does pull out of gas. Typically 4 Lings should be enough, but he's also up against Clem, right? Clem, best Terran in the world. Maybe believes that he does need an extra pair just to survive and minimize losses. Fair enough. Clem's Reaper does hit different. Clem does poke in, does pull away. Behind this Clem, oh, okay, choosing to be aggressive here despite the more macro tendencies of this map. A straight up 1-1-1. No third CC, by the way. Okay, so much more aggressive here, much more assertive. With this will mean a faster Banshee. Faster Banshee, and this can lead into an earlier armory, into a Hellbat push. If you remember, we saw a Hellbat push earlier in the series on the Old Republic, which was the one game that Clem did win, where he was able to out-trade and overwhelm and punish the greed of Solar. Is Solo going to be greedy again? Was in that game where Solo did go double Evo Chamber first and went for a faster Infestation into faster Hive. Hellions broke in, getting one drone so far. Just one. And denied mining. Denied some mining. Gets one drone. Losing 2 Hellions this early on means that we probably shouldn't be going for an armory, as this will weaken any kind of Hellbat push that we would potentially head into. So that wasn't quite worth it for Clem. And behind this, we should just be going for a delayed 3rd CC. There is a world where Clem throws down 2 more Raxes and goes for a 3-1-1 on a 2-base setup, which would be insane. But, I mean, we've seen that before. We could double down, but we're leaning more towards a 3rd command center. Meanwhile, Solo going for a bit of an earlier lair. That's a 4:15 lair timing. Interesting. Earlier lair. There's that 3rd CC. Now, because this 3rd base is so late, Clem needs to do damage. He needs to find some damage here with either the Hellions or the Banshees. Posturing is not good enough. As we look for an opening. So far, 6 Hellions. Yeah, it doesn't quite find a way in. Banshees, they do hit the natural. Once again deflected. Spores in position. And Hellions do not find a way in. Solo's holding. So far so good. Solo, he holds, he defends, he's droning. Building up his 3rd base, which is having on the Queens. Or we do have the transfuse. Solo holding the line. The high NG Queen is getting low though. Yeah, it does get low. No detection. The Queen is going to go down. What a mess. Oh my god. Barely keeping it alive. The Queen survives. Hellions, they try to get into the middle line once again. As Solo, he's somewhat keeping up. Yeah, he does keep up, catching out the Reaper. And Solo holds. Whew. Solo, he does hold on. Very tense though. Very, very tense. And you can definitely argue that a bunch of Zerglings were forced out. Queens as well. Did force a reaction, did force a response. And more importantly, what this did do is deny the 4th. So 4th base is late for Solar. Clem and now establishing his 3rd. Solo now going double Evo Chamber, so later upgrades. Later chambers, later upgrades, later 4th base, later economy. And we might even force a cancel. Oh my god, it does force a cancel as well. Very nice. So Clem doesn't do any game-ending damage, but he does enough to take a lead. To start to take a lead here. Another drone goes down, another delayed 4th. 2 drone kills. Clem doing well. He's doing well for himself. And this does create an opportunity here for Clem. It does mean that Clem does have a bit of a window here to potentially break either the 4th or 5th base. We tried to emphasize this on Ruby Rock, and we saw that Clem, he missed his window and he missed his timing. This time, though, he wants that 4th. Again, because it's so late, we have limited larva, limited production, limited economy, and limited creep as well. Solo does scout this. He knows. Does spot the army. He's racing over. We have plenty of banelings. Because of the earlier lair, we might have delayed upgrades, but we do have faster baneling speed. And specifically in this position with baneling speed, Solar should defend. He should be okay. A Solo can lure the army in, then flank the army from behind. Speaking of, it does go for the dive. Dives in, catching out the tank. Ooh, that's a lot of banelings on the tank, but does clean this up. A little bit inefficient. A little bit inefficient there, which is a little bit concerning. 4 CCs on the way. I'm still able to maintain himself though. Yeah, applying pressure. Solo going for the backstab, trying to at least. Turns back around. There was potential for damage here though. At the 3rd specifically. Solo tries to move in. Once again, nice tank positioning here. Getting 1, 2, 3 tank volleys. Tank does survive. Very strong punish. Massive tank shots. No creep here whatsoever. And Clem's not done. He's not done, going for his own double job towards the 5th. Clem has been trading well. Solar, can he keep up? So we are massing those Hydras. Get this time Link Bane Hydra out of Solar. He's not being as greedy as he was on the Old Republic. Ooh, we'll still lose the Queen. Losing 1, losing 2. Yeah, massive pickups. 2 Queens go down. Late transfuse. It's a late transfuse there from Solar. Clem popping off. It's popping off, happy. Yes, Clem, he can now overwhelm. There is some decent creep here, I will say. Decent creep here at the 5th. My shot's going up, catching up Banelings. We get some connections here. But Clem is pushing. He's pushing in. Once again, some nice SimCity here for Clem. Or nice positioning, I should say. Solar, he attempts to flank. And Solar, can he hold on? Both players are maxed out. Both are max. Nice spread here from Clem. We commit. Yeah, he commits in. And the mine shots, they'll go for mainly the Hydras. Banelings, they push in. Tank goes down and Solar holds. So, oh my god, the Baneling shot. That's through the mine shot. Mine shot on the Banelings. Massive connections and 0 Banelings left. It's only Ling Hydra. Solar, he cannot fight this head on. Solar, he will lose everything. He needs Banelings. No. And without Banelings, again, Hydras, they cannot hold their own. They're so vulnerable. They're so fragile. Every Hydra falls, and Clem has done it. He breaks through the main army. GG gets called, and Clem will tab the series 2-2. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. Again, we saw one massive mine connection on so many Banelings there towards the end. In that final engagement, when Solar tried to collapse in, he lost so many Banelings, and too many. In the end, that cost him the game. That cost him the game. He lost every single Baneling with that Ling Hydra. Cannot contest against a bio army, and he saw it just crumble. You saw it crumble. GG, well played. With that, we're tied up 2-2. We're going to the ace match. GG. Oh, GG, well played. We're going to game 5. We're going to be loading into Mothership. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the French Terran player, the French Terran player himself. We have the pink Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And in the bottom side, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg being forced into that series. It is Solar. Let's go. Let us go. Again, Solar, for the most part, he was able to keep up with Clem. As we mentioned, both players did max out. Both players had built up, but it all came down to that one big engage in the center of the map, with Solar overextending, with him losing all of his Ling Bane, or specifically losing all of his Banelings, and then that just snowballing out of control. Then Clem, he could just stim on in, he could stim and win, and he did. He did. He broke the expansion, broke the army. GG. With that, we're settling into the ace match here. Welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. We do have a little bit of RNG here as a result of that. As a result, we do often see a lot of CC first on this map, but Clem does not risk it. Oh my god. Not at all. Opening up 2 racks. Reaper in the main. Maru, is that you? Okay. I don't think I've seen Clem do this before, but Maru, he was very fond of this during his run in GSL. We saw a lot of 2 ranks Reaper against Shin inside of the main, so maybe inspiring some of the other Terrans out there. What is the purpose of this? Well, there's a bit of a give and take. Because the Raxes are inside of the main, it takes longer for the Zerg player to realize what's going on, even with an Overlord scout. So the Overlord is moving in and won't see anything here at the natural, so we'll assume it's a standard opener, when really it's anything but. The downside, of course, is that it does mean that your CC is going to be a little bit more exposed, as you do not have the wall off early on at the ramp or at the entrance to defend your natural to build up into the early to mid game. So there's a bit of a back and forth, but ideally you do want to catch your opponent off guard with the excess Reapers that Solar should not really be expecting. That is the goal. Zero Lord does poke in. Does spot the Reaper. Is aware. I like the movement here for the Overlord, trying to avoid said Reaper. As we do see Clem scouting top right, as he's not aware of the positioning here of Solar. Did not see the Overlord. So it's going to be a delayed scout here from Clem. Now racing back over. I will say that because of the rally as well, Solar's Overlord did not see the second Reaper. Nope. He hasn't seen anything, actually. Oh my god. Behind this, we do see the Solar. He's droning. He does prioritize link speed, thankfully, and he does not rush into a third base. So Solar looks like he was able to piece together what was going on. Solar playing it very safe on 2 bases, and Solar should be fine. Should be fine. If Solar had taken a third expansion and had delayed link speed, then he'd be in trouble here. But in the end, the 2x Reaper builds didn't really achieve much, or didn't achieve what Clem was hoping for. And behind this, Clem rushing to his third CC. So it's going to be a 3 CC 2-on-1 out of Clem and trying to recover economically. Will lead into a sim timing. But early on, I do give the edge to Solar. So far. Solar, he defends well. Now we can counterattack. Reapers are racing back home. As you mentioned before, that outside of not going to Rex Reaper on the low ground means that your natural is very exposed, very open. No Hellions to defend, and these SCVs may go down. Yeah, force evacuates. Solar was distracted. Does he get in? No, he does. He gets into the main, and SCVs are going to go down. We could even try to disrupt some of the production. Boys being pulled. So far, very nice middle walking here by Clem. Oh, he walks well, but that's still going to be 7, 8 SCV kills. That is critical damage. Oh my god, insane damage here. And again, this shows you exactly why it can be risky to not wall off here at the natural when you go for this. The exact punish was there. Ay, ay, ay. Rough start for Clem. I mean, there's a world where Clem evacuates, lifts up the depots, and he's just denied mining. But here, worst case scenario, losing 9 SCVs. And now Clem needs to counterattack. Let's try to move in. We're now going to be deflected. There is an opportunity here to maybe try to bypass the queens and get into a mineral line, either the natural or the third. Clem is looking for damage. At the same time, Solo going for the counterattack. Yeah, Solar, he does go for the backstab, but we do not have a Hellion on the way. No, there's nothing! There's nothing to defend. The Lings are going to be a little bit distracted, though. Hellions will go for the dive. Yeah, they go for the dive. Solar gets into the middle line more, so he's going to be going down. Clem, he's crippled back at home, and Clem has not enough across the map. Yeah, just 2 Reapers and a Hellion will get a couple of drone kills. But this pales in comparison. Pales in comparison. Solar, he gets into the main base once again. Another 7 SCVs. 8 workers going down. Ay, ay, ay. Once again, punishing the fact there was nothing home to defend. I don't blame Clem just because there was a lot of pressure on him to get damage done. So he just moved out with everything. So he was vulnerable back at home and he was exposed. Clem was exposed. He was caught with his pants down. Solar's not done. Moving out once again. He wants the Marines. He just there we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Marine kills will save the Overlord. And Solar can just rally. He can just rally in. Again, lack of Sim City, lack of defenses, lack of Hellions, Marines are not good enough. Not without Stim. Not without Stim. And Solar's miles ahead. Solar, he is miles ahead here. There's a world where if these Banshees can pop off, then maybe, but because they just got revealed, Solar, he should have Spores, and he does. Like, Spores are ready back at home. Queens are ready as well. We're going into Spire play, going to Mutas. Usually this is a little bit risky, but because Solar's far ahead, he can get away with Muta play as well. Clem will force a cancel at least. He will deny the 4th expansion. It's something. But Clem needs more than this. Yeah, there's a cancellation. Queens respond. And now is the time to pull off. So Clem is harassing on the right hand side with Banshees, does deny the 4th base. At the same time, double jump towards the left hand side. Can he deny the 4th base for a second time? If he can, Clem can start to recover. Like, he's still behind, don't get me wrong, but this is like we're on the road. We're on the road to recovery. Gets behind the mineral line. Tank will siege. The goal here, cancel the 4th base for a 2nd time, and he will. Yeah, big cancellation. So far, so good. Solar cannot expand. He cannot expand. As he's been denied bases, Clem landing his own 3rd CC on location. Dropping into the main. The big worry, the big concern, though, are going to be the Mutalisks, because there are no turrets. Again, Clem doesn't know. Clem has no idea. Now he does. He spots the Mutas. Big scout. Big scan. Clem. He's aware of what's going on. Mutas, they try to collapse on this army. We're going for the Banshees. Where are we headed? Banshees are going to be cleaned up, and Solar will gain map control. So again, Solar still has a lead, right? Like, this has been really good damage here from Clem. He denied 2 bases, and he got a scout off, confirming the Mutas as well. But Clem is now stuck at home. He should now be stuck at home. Oof. As Clem attempts to get away. Will trade as best he can. Nice positioning here from Clem. He can protect his army. And Clem, he's almost made it back home. He will. Makes it back home to defend. Turrets are now done. And even if Solar isn't going to find much damage here, what he is doing is containing Clem on 3 bases. Keeping Clem contained, and now the drop play is subsiding, right? The big advantage and the big way for Clem to recover in this game was with drop play, but now we just go for a main push. We're just breaking out. 4 tanks, mass fire, stim is done, 1-1 as well. Mutas, they struggle defensively. They struggle with these head-on fights. We're collapsing in. Yeah, tanks are late to siege. They're late to siege up. Ooh. Nice tank shots on the mainlings though. Not bad. Clem, he can still pull this off. With sheer micro, he can win this fight. Potentially. Depends on the positioning, on the control. Tanks stay within range of the mineral line. Ooh, as one tank does not go down. And so he ignores it. Yeah, he just ignores this army. Again, this siege line is brutal. Oh, bays are all in. No connections. Solo going for the base trade, but back at home there are defenses as well. No shot. Clem, can he do it? He kills the 4th. Kills the 4th expansion. He can try to rotate to the 5th. Solo's waiting for the unsiege. That's the issue here. Solo, he's waiting for the big unsiege. Oh. And he collapses in. He just goes for it. He just goes to the dive. He gets us around. Cleans up every single tank. And Solo, he still has too much. He may have lost the base, but Solo, he had to back up 4th expansion. Does transfer. More Marines trying to arrive in time. I'm holding the line. So far, Clem is holding on. Punishing some of the railings. Very nice pickups. Catching out the bailings. We're keeping up. And still keeping up with the army. Both players are maxing out. I mean, Clem, he is stabilizing. He's getting his 4th. His 4th base is getting up. Solo does not have a 5th. So Clem has done enough damage this game, time and time again, just denying the 4th base over and over again to be able to keep up with Solar. Impressive, despite losing so many. How many SCVC did he lose at the start of the game? 19! Despite losing 19 workers at the start of the game. A very, very impressive comeback here from Clem. To recover, bounce back, 3-3s on the way, Thor production as well. Clem, he's in this. Very much so. Any other player would be dead at this point, like including Maru, like straight up. Like, hi, hi. As music gets into the main, they bust into the main base, catching out some add-ons. This will finally force Clem to respond to this. As Soli finds some damage. Oh, it does find some damage. Can't be the production. Clem, he does keep pushing though. Moves out. There is a mass amount of Ling Bane waiting for him, somewhat. Yeah, Solar racing back over, not quite in position. Does catch out 3 Widow Mines. Sorry, 2. Okay, third mine goes down. Only 3 Widow Mines left, and 2 of them go down once again. No major connections. Down to 1 Widow Mine. Down to 1. Ooh. So better engage here from Solar. Cleans up all the mines. Clem has to back off. That was what, 6 Widow Mines going down and only 1 half connection. Solar's holding. He's keeping up, he's holding on, trying to rush into high, or trying to get into Hive Tech, into eventually Ultras. Not quite there yet. As Clem goes deep on creep. Oh my god. A very bold move. Clem moves in. Oh, does take a bait into the face. But overall, still a better trade for Clem. Solar coming in. Oh, can he connect? Oof. Not quite. Yeah, not quite able to engage. Door is saved. Decent kiting here by Clem, and he picks up. Yeah, picks up, pulls away. Where are the anti-air? Where are the mutas? Yeah, mutas not in position. There's no punish. I say now move in. They were defending back at home. Clem is forced back. Clem still trying to keep up though, and he can't quite sustain these losses the same way the Solar can. Oof. His rally's getting called out. Nice catch here with these mutas. Forces back the army. Ooh, does take a mind shot to the face. But the turrets are not done. Yeah, catching out more SCVs, forcing Clem back home, and here comes Ling Bane going for the planetary. Yeah, he's going for the planetary. Clem is out of position, and this base will fall. There's no saving it. Yeah, no saving the 4th base. Massive connections. SCVs go down. Planetary as well. And that's all Solar needed. That's all he needed here. He breaks the expansion. The 4th base goes down. The 5th base losing all the SCVs as well. 27 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Clem, he was on a knife's edge. He was on a knife's edge here. He couldn't afford losses like this to keep going. Oh, nice catch on the Mutalisks. But it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart here. Clem losing too much. It's all or nothing at this point. Clem is all in. He's all in, papi. Show some eye shots. Decent spread here by Clem. Yeah, he does spread well. He does have the upgrade advantage. 3-3. There are so many Banelings. And they connect. Yeah, Banelings, they crash on in. They shut down the army. Oh, there's so many Marines going down. But that was all the Ling Bane. True. That was all Ling Bane going down. Clemmy gets into the mineral lines, pushing it towards the natural, trying to takes down the Baneliness. Massive pickup. Oh, doesn't quite get it. Yeah, it does not get it. And barely enough to keep going. Solar defense. Solar, he does hold on. Catching out, cleaning up all the Minerics as well. Throws down a second Baneliness just in case. Let's go. Second Baneliness. Ultra production has begun. And it was an impressive comeback out of Clem, don't get me wrong. It was very, very impressive. Even here, the target firing. Oh my god, he's crazy. Jesus, calm down. Focusing down all the Banelings. Catching up the Mutalisks. Trading as best he can, but again, Clem has no longevity in this game. He has no longevity. As time goes on, 3-3s on the horizon. Kind of splitting as well. More Ultralisks. Clem has to end the game here and now. Does take down the Baneling Nest. But here come the Ultras. The Ultras, they collapse in. They can tank. They can tank, papi. Oh my god. And Clem can't get away. GG gets called, and Solar, he will claim the series 3-2, taking down Clem and becoming our Kung Fu Cup week number 11 champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very intense series here, very back and forth. A lot of this came down to the builds, and we did see a lot of very unique builds throughout the course of this series. We had Proxy 2x Reaper out of Clem. Here on Mothership, we saw 2x Reaper from the main base. Again, we saw this a lot from Maru over the past couple of weeks. But as we try to emphasize, winding it all the way back to the opener here in Game 5, Clem opening up 2x Reaper, as we try to emphasize, does mean that your mineral line and your natural base is more exposed than normal, as there is no SimCity here, and your factory is later than usual because of the commitment into 2x Reaper. So it did mean he was vulnerable to a counterattack. Solo got across the map, and we thought that Solo would at least deny mining at the natural, but we got even more done as the wall was down, the depot wall was down, I should say. Solo got in and he killed, what was it, 8 SCVs? It was insane damage early on, punishing the fact that there was no defenses back at home, right? There were no Hellions, there were no Reapers, there was nothing to defend, so many SCVs went down, and then we saw that for a second time. Because so much damage was dealt, we saw that Clem had to commit with his Reaper Hellion aggression. He committed across the map, and once again had nothing at home to defend. No SimCity, no Hellions, and we saw another Link counterattack, and with that, there was, what, 18 SCVs being killed in total, critical damage. I thought it was game then and there upon seeing all that damage dealt. But Clem popped off. If you recall, it was right after that where Clem canceled the 4th base twice. Banshees on the top side, drop on the south side, and we saw the skin in the main base seeing the mutas as they popped out as well. So Clem, he clawed his way back into the game from miles behind, by the way. Like Clem, he had a rough early game. Very, very rough early game. He clawed his way back in, had that back and forth, but we saw that there were a couple of fights that went awry, and we saw the moment that he was forced back home to defend, he started losing bases, he started losing expansions, and he could not keep up with that. He could not sustain those losses just because he was fighting on that knife's edge where he couldn't make any mistakes to recover in that game, and in the end couldn't quite keep up. GG, well played. Impressive comeback after a rough start, but again, because of that rough start, it meant that he could afford less mistakes, or no mistakes essentially, and eventually he did lose bases. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to Solar, congratulations, and a shout out to Clem for making a series out of it, for sure. Shout out to Clem, congratulations. Whew. As with that does wrap up our KungFu Cup broadcast for the evening. Again, a bit of a shorter broadcast. Our broadcasts have been getting a little bit shorter as of late, as we have been a little bit less available in recent times. We'll get a little bit more into it most likely in the next couple of days, but let's catch up on our schedule here. As you can see, we just wrapped up with our Wednesday evening broadcast. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be live with the podcast. The podcast is our weekly talk show where we do discuss all things StarCraft, and all things StarCraft adjacent as well, so there's a lot to get into when it comes to the podcast. A lot has been discussed, a lot has been announced, of course, as well. Likewise, we have the OSC Rising Star Finals. That'll be on Friday morning. We have MSO Friday evening, and then we have GSL CK over the weekend. Oh boy. It is going to be a 2-day event, GSL CK on Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft is on the horizon, and plenty here going on. Less than usual, as we're usually live twice a day every single day. But again, this week has been a little bit leaner, and again, we'll probably be discussing that a little bit more coming into Friday. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And again, it's going to be a very intense period of StarCraft. We have GSL CK, we have Doyo Cup, which we plan on casting. We do have to set up a Doyo account to cover the Doyo Cup. So you know, we'll see what happens there. Likewise, we have Home Story Cup, Maestros of the Game. Lots of big major events are all happening at once, leading into September, leading into the Blizzard Cup. I think it's still called the Classic Cup, if I recall correctly. For those who are unaware, there's going to be StarCraft is returning to BlizzCon. BlizzCon is back in September, and there's going to be a big StarCraft event going on. That's one of the reasons why it feels like everything's being rushed. We have the TLMC concluding. We're going to have a new map pool and a new patch, all ideally ready for the big event at BlizzCon. So that's kind of like the deadline that's ahead of us. That's right around the corner. We're already halfway through the year, which is crazy. Already halfway through the year. So September is again right around the corner. So yeah, with that, so we're going to be heading off. We're going to be heading off here for the time being, and we'll be back tomorrow for the podcast. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support us, you can do so via following us on all the socials, !socials in the chat to get a link to our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all things Cranky Ducklings, and you can also see a link to our YouTube channel as well. We do upload to YouTube on a daily basis. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft over on YouTube, so if you can't watch something live, YouTube is the place to be. Likewise, if you want to help us, if you want to help support our tournaments, you can do so via Patreon. Patreon likewise does fund our tournaments on a regular basis, our Sparkling Tunic Ups, and our Master Swan openings as well. So all funded via the Patreon, and you can also provide donations if you wish to help support us and support our bunny endeavors. As oh boy, vet visits have been very expensive. And if you know anything about our story, we've given some updates over the past couple of months regarding our pet bunnies. Again, there's been a lot of health complications, and they're doing well, of course. They're doing well. But yeah, it was a rough start of the year. January. Oh, it was it was rough. But thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the podcast, or on Friday for some OSC and some MSO. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao, bye, ciao, hasta luego.